Every time you're running, you look just cool as ice. Where do you get this demeanor from? Because it looks like nothing bothers you.
Yeah, because all of us are human beings, and I'm competing against humans, so why would I be afraid of someone? I'm a competitor, so I just focus on my race and do my part. That's what I have to do.
Some people are calling it that dominant performance there by yourself as a beat and teach, but surely the beat and teach comes in the worlds, right?
Yeah, because it's actually a good win, but the main focus is the world championship. So when I win at the world championship, everyone can say what they want to say.
Yeah.
Because I know for sure I'm going to do it.
World champion, Mr. Oblique Seville. Good morning, good afternoon, possibly good evening. All depends on where you are in the world. Welcome back to another live stream. I hope you guys can hear me loud and clear. I'm also hoping that the comment section is working today, because on yesterday's last live stream, there was an issue with YouTube which prevented you guys from dropping your comments. I think I was streaming for about 30 minutes straight, 1 hour in total, and it was complete silence. I thought I was doing something wrong, but turns out that that one was a YouTube issue. I'm hoping you guys are able to comment today, though. We are bracing ourselves for the event that you guys have been looking forward to, post the men's and women's 100 meters final. And that be it, the other sprint event there would be women's and men's heats. Currently, we're about, let me check my time. I think we're about some 15 minutes, 15 to 16 minutes away from the start of the women's 200 meters, and then we have a little while to go until we kick things off with the men's 200 meters. So I should be done with you guys in less than an hour, just for the men's and women's 200 meters heats. For the rest of the day, you could also catch up on the men's javelin qualification round. You also have the men's long jump coming up, the women's 400 meters hurdles semifinals, as well as the male equivalent to that. So both the men's and women's 400 meters hurdles semifinal. That's on the horizon. A little after midday UK time for myself. That's still going to be right in the early mornings for you guys there in the Caribbean and across the pond. And if you fancy some steeplechase, you do have the women's 300 meters steeplechase also coming up. And if you fancy a final, if they fancy the men's 1500 finals, that's also coming up to close off on the day. So you can start just your day off on a steady note if you want to dive into some athletics with myself. I'm going to be sitting here with you guys looking at the men's and women's heats again for the 200 meters, and then I'm going to have to love you and leave you because I do have a busy day. If you haven't hit the like button, what are you waiting on? Do go ahead and hit the like button. This one is steadily building up. Got some athletes there to keep your eyes on, whether you're here to support your compatriots in the black, green, or gold, black, green, and gold, I should say. My apologies. Or perhaps you're supporting one of the Team GB athletes, perhaps a Canadian, maybe an Australian, or maybe even across the pond again once more where the USA is concerned. So you got Gabrielle Williams, Ashanti Moore, Shericka Jackson. She'll be out to defend her crown. Adrian Kerr, Christopher Taylor. Christopher Taylor is back for those of you who are wondering. Andre DeGrasse is also in contention. Noah Lyles, he'll be out to defend his crown also, similar to Shericka Jackson. Zarnell Hughes, Brian, Mr. Level Up. Let's see if he can level things up once more. And Goat as well. That's what I like to call him anyways. Surprised no one hasn't gone with that headline yet. And probably they probably have gone with the young Australian, 17 years of age, and is so composed for a teenager. Let's see what's going to happen in his heats. And also you do have the Botswana man, Lexley Tobogo down in one of the heats as well. But before we get into the swing of things, good morning to those of you there listening in Jamaica and across the pond. I know that the majority of you are actually based in the Caribbean, so I know it's a early morning. It's probably like some 5 something in the morning in Jamaica at the moment, right? I think it's just maybe 5:15 for you guys there. So if you're making your way into work, I do hope that you arrive there safe and unharmed. And I hope you do the same in reverse, not just if you're in Jamaica, but wherever you are in the world. I do hope that you arrive at your destination safe and unharmed, because doing so is an underrated blessing. If you're feeling a little bit low, we're now moving past summer. Well, definitely gone past summer into the autumn. I think you guys across the pond call it fall. So autumn, fall, whatever you want to call it. And then we're gradually going to be going into the winter. So some people experience those seasonal depression, which can kind of lower your work ethic or work rate, depending on, whichever way you want to look at it in your respective fields and so on. So if you're feeling a little bit low, do whatever you can to boost your morale. Where your dreams are concerned, if you're looking for some sort of inspiration, I think the World Athletics Championship is probably the best place for you to look currently. If you're thinking that you're perhaps not good enough, if you're letting the naysayers get to you, then I would say look no further than this year's World Athletics Championship taking place in Tokyo. There's a couple of the athletes there that we can see from the start of the championship to the present, and long may it continue, where they've managed to come up clutch. A couple athletes there who in the past were probably told that they weren't good enough based on a number of reasons, some reasons outside of their control, in relation to unfortunate and untimely injuries. Perhaps the mental capacity wasn't where it needed to be, and subsequently meant that they either couldn't get to a final, or when they got to a final, unfortunately, they didn't show up in the way that many thought they would. And but thankfully, a couple of those athletes have put that one to bed, and they are now coming up clutch and securing the all important the biggest of them all, the gold medal, and also putting themselves on a podium finish. As I said in yesterday's stream, really and truly, a podium finish, whether it is gold, silver, or bronze, is a celebration in itself. Getting to the championship is also an applaudable celebration. So one of those athletes there that somewhat written off by a couple of naysayers, because obviously they can see into the future. Mr. Oblique Seville, I think is 24 years of age, and based on recent performances there on the global stage, a lot of people did write him off coming into the World Championship, despite what we saw this season with a couple of the meets there, in particular the Diamond Leagues events. Some questioned his mental capacity, and even with his performances there in the Diamond League event, some had it down as a fluke. So while we are at it, again, I'm going to go ahead and big up Dr. Hamilton, the sports psychologist there that's been working with Mr. Oblique Seville. And as I said, for me, again, I am no athlete, but I do think that every athlete or every team is incomplete without your sports psychologist. In my opinion, that is not factual, but in my opinion, you're incomplete without your sports psychologist, because I think they are the fine margin, and it could be the difference maker. About 9 minutes away until the heat kicks off with the women's. But before we get into the swing of that, let's go ahead and, while I'm talking about Oblique Seville there, came across a interview done by the Jamaica Observer, and this interview here was carried out by sports editor Andre Lowe. I'm pretty sure you know about the reputable Andre Lowe, and he was in a dialogue, he was in a conversation there with arguably the greatest coach of all, that is Mr. Glenn Mills, or Sir Glenn Mills, and he spoke to him about Glenn Mills' athletes there who have picked up podium finishes respectively. He touched on Oblique Seville and also Nigeria's Toby Amusan. So let's go ahead and listen to that very short interview there before we get into the swing of things, where the women's 200 meters heats is concerned. Should be kicking off in about, let's check that one, 8 minutes or so. Let's go ahead and dive right into that one before we continue with the rest of the show. If you're just tuning in, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to yourself. All depends on where you are in the world. And hopefully you guys can hear this one. All right, I'm gonna have to test it out myself just to see if the audio is working clearly, but hopefully you guys can hear this one in a couple seconds.
Just want to officially again, extend congratulations to you on the success of your charges, Oblique Civil, and of course Tobia Musan. Just want to get your general thoughts on, well, how are you feeling, to have this sort of success already at these championships?
Well, I'm very happy for the individuals. I'm happy for Oblique. He has been attending championships and doing fairly well in my book. But as you know, you're judged by if you have medals or you don't have medals. And he has had some bad breaks at crucial points in his preparation and everything. And it has affected him in more than one instances. But everybody might be a stretch, but most people believe that because he doesn't get a medal, something's wrong with his head and all that nonsense. My greatest challenge was to keep him focused and not to pay attention to what is being said. Because if you keep hearing and reading about it over and over, after a while it may make an impact on you. But he's a very fierce competitor and a solid guy. And I'm happy that he was able to accomplish the mission this time. And it will certainly put to rest all the speculation and nonsense about him. When he comes back, he's going to do an operation on his toe. And we hope that will be successful. So that he can now be able to train without pain and run the turn effectively. Because if he could, I think his 200 is probably just as good as his 100. So that you want to explore.
All right, interesting.
He's only 24, and once we can get over the hurdles that we negotiated, I think he will have a very good career of a couple of years. Well, and certainly we will be able to see the best of him, and I'm certain that he'll be able to do much better times than he has been doing.
It's frightening, isn't it, that you can win a world title with a toe injury. So best of luck there to Oblique Seville when he does go through there for surgery. Hopefully that one goes according to plan, and the recovery process is smooth sailing for him. So we are gearing up in about 4 minutes time. The women's 200 meters heat gets underway. Again, just to reiterate a couple of the names there to look out for. I'm gonna go ahead and look at my list. I think I need to bring up that start list there for you guys so we can go ahead and look at that one together. So just bear with me. Let me go ahead and bring that on screen so we can share this one together before we segue. In about less than an hour, we'll be looking at the men's equivalent of the heats, right? So we're currently right here live 4 minutes time until the heat gets underway. If you guys fancy some predictions, some early predictions, go ahead and drop those in the comment section. The only prediction so far that's come through from you guys, you definitely hit that one way off target, nowhere near the to be expected. So you can see how this one is lining up here. About 6 heats to get through. So you've got 6 heats there to come. The great Mary Tolu Smith think we all are a fan of Tolu, irrespective, I should say, of which nation you represent, whether that's through birth or heritage. She's there in Heat 1, so you can keep your ears peeled for that one. I don't think she'll have any troubles getting through to the semis. Also have, as I stated before, Gabrielle Matthews. She's also in Heat 1. Be good if I could move this microphone out my way. In Heat 2, a couple more names there to look out for. Big hitter, Melissa Jefferson Wooden. In Heat 3, you do have Ashanti Moore. Heat 4, you have Great Britain's Daryl Nita. In Heat 5, you have Shericka Jackson. Definitely know she's going to be out seeking to hold on to her crown. In Heat 6, Heat 6 is probably the quieter of the lot, in my opinion. You also have Dina Asher Smith there in Heat in Heat 6. Little bit of a tongue twister there. So yeah, if you guys fancy some early predictions, drop it in the comment section. I hope that my comment section is working, but I do also understand that it is very early for you guys in Jamaica, so you're probably not in a talking mood. You probably just want to sit back and relax. Only thing that I want you to do though, while you're relaxing, perhaps getting ready for work, do go ahead and kindly hit the like button. I reckon it's the least you can do for me. Go ahead and kindly hit that like button for me. All right, so quite similar to yesterday's, we've got about less than a minute, so I'm gonna stick a pin in it. I'm gonna keep my eyes on my screen to see what's what and how the heats is shaping up. Should be switching over in about less than 60 seconds. See if we can get the first heat out the way. So let's go back and look at that start list there with you guys. I'm gonna keep the Heat 1. So Heat 1, Gabrielle Matthews there, for those of you who are tuning in, for the athletes there representing the black, gold, and green. Only 22 years of age. Athletes there are out onto the track. We'll be going through the subsequent introduction, stadium introduction. So Gabrielle Matthews, as I said, only 22 years of age, turning 23 next month. And she's already, similar to her younger compatriots there from yesterday, she's also cushioned herself with some early success in her career. She's seen herself pick up the NCAA championship crown. Also, the NACAC championship bronze medal. Let's see how, and Tolu. I don't think Tolu needs any introduction, does she? Tolu Smith needs no introduction. Lady Tolu Smith, as I said, she's also in the Heat 1. So let's see who comes through with this one. I don't think you guys are going to be getting any predictions. Top 3 per Heat qualifiers. So let's see who the top 3 is going through. This is Heat 1 of 6. Just to reiterate, just in case you guys haven't caught wind. Athletes are there in their blocks. Hopefully you guys can't hear my commentary. I want to get a copyright violation. And they're off cleanly. No false starts. So that's a good sign. Currently, I'm going through the bend. So Tolu Smith is currently out in front. Looks like she might finish second here. I've got the American bursting out for a first place finish. So Tolu comes through in second place. I'm just looking to see where Gabrielle Smith finished. Okay. So battle out in front. So battle the American there out in front. Paula Smith in second. And I think you got the Greek athlete. Can't quite see her name, so I need to look at my screen. You got the Greek athlete there. She completes the third athlete there through to the semis. You've got Gabrielle Smith. From what I can see, looks like a 7th place finish there for the young athletes. Again, only 22 years of age, so this is definitely a massive learning curve for herself. I'm sure the athlete and her coach will take plenty of positives from this, and she's going up against one of the greatest to do it. Not just in terms of accolades, also in terms of longevity. Pretty sure there's much there that she can learn from Palu Smith. And if she fancy having her as a mentor, but perhaps she does. But it's definitely a big heavyweight there to be lining up against a 36-year-old Tolu Smith. So that is the first of the heats. That's out the way there, guys. In a matter of maybe a few minutes or so, I should think that heat 2 is coming up. And just to remind you guys, let me go back. My screen is does the changes automatically, in case you're wondering what's happened to the screen. Definitely have no control over that one. I think big favorites in this one. You've got Melissa Jefferson Wooden. She is in heat 2. It's the next heat to come in a matter of moments. So let me try and see if I can get that one up on my screen there for you guys. Bear with me. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right into that one. I think what I'll do, guys, is I'll leave the results perhaps for the end of each of the heats. So we've got 5 more heats to come until we look to that's the women's heats, to avoid any confusion, until we segue into the men's heats. I think we also have the triple jump. We also have a triple jump taking place at the moment. If you guys want to keep your eyes on that one, you can. But I think what my screen is going to be showing me is mainly the women's heats. And then maybe before we close off, they might switch back over to the men's triple jump. You do have Jordan Scott competing in the men's triple jump for those of you who are listening. So perhaps you do want to keep your eyes and ears peeled on that one. Jordan Smith, he has a personal best of 17.52, which is equal to his season's best. Currently ranked 4th. So we're back out on the track here, guys, for heat 2. Again, the top 3 sailing through to the semifinals. Plus also the 6 fastest. They are qualified for the semifinals. She's going for a double, isn't she? Melissa Jefferson Wooden. She's definitely chasing a double. She's up against it. She got some big hitters to try and barge out the way, and to also dethrone the current title holder. Sure, that's not going to be an easy feat, but nevertheless. Antonia Barrett, good morning. Is it a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good evening for yourself? Hope you're in good health. Says what station you get the live. Where are you based again? Because I cannot remember. I speak to so many of you that sometimes it's difficult to remember. I must if you're in Jamaica, which I am assuming you're not, it's probably TVJ. I'm not really sure about across the pond. And in the UK, BBC. I can't remember where you're based again, so I do apologize. But the athletes there are in their blocks. They've already gone through the stadium announcement there. This is again Heat 2. You should be able to see that one on your screen. You've got Heat 2 that we're currently looking at. Favorite for this one, as I said, definitely Melissa Jefferson Wooden. Top 3 goes through to the semifinals, and we are off. And they're currently running around the bend. Might be Thelma that is out. Looks like it's Thelma Davis there that's sprinting out in front. It's not. It's my apologies, guys. It's Melissa. I think it's Melissa Jefferson finishes out in front, and Davis. So apologies there for the confusion. Thelma Davies. My apologies. Finishes in second place. And Jessica, I think it's Gabe. Sure if I pronounce your surname correctly. Apologies if I butchered it. She finished in third place, so she'll be going through to the semifinals. And to reiterate, in Heat 3, you do have Ashanti Moore coming up in Heat 3. So you guys can see that one on the screen in front of you. From Jamaica, but currently in Barbados. Barbados, beautiful Barbados. Aren't you lucky? I don't know why I'm feeling for fish the moment that you mentioned Barbados. Rush Sports. I'm just guessing. Don't even quote me on that one. I am purely guessing. Let me try and see if I can help you out. Barbados World Athletics. Weird. Let's see if I can get that up for you. Let's see if I can find a answer for you. Where do you watch the World Athletics if you're in Barbados? I mean, if you have a VPN, you could try NBC and Peacock, but I think you'd have to put your VPN to the US. That's if those platforms allow you to do that, because sometimes they don't. It's already giving me an answer there for you, for Antonia, for you to where to watch the athletics if you're based in Barbados. I do apologize. I'm sorry I can't point you in the right direction. That's unfortunate, isn't it? I mean, if you fancy re-watching, let's see what we can do right here. I guess what you could also try, Antonia, I've just double checked for you. You can try the World Athletics website. You might need a VPN again, though. So if you have access to a VPN, we're currently looking at Noah Lyles warming up. He's will be competing in the men's 200 meters heats in less than an hour's time. Yeah, so you could try the World Athletics website. But again, I think you might be needing a VPN for that one, all right? I think that's the best that I can do for you. Looking at Mr. Leveler himself, to 21 years of age, and looks like he has a bright future ahead of him. We have the next heat to come for the women's 200 meters. Looking at the inside the tent, he's in good mood. He's dancing, listening to his music there. That's Mr. Leslie Tibogo. So he looks very calm and relaxed. Heat 3 of the women's 200 meters is almost upon us. So we're halfway through to the women's 200 meters, guys. Already seen the young 22-year-old Gabrielle Matthews there compete. Set to see Ashanti Moore, and subsequently we will also be seeing Shericka Jackson. So Ashanti Moore, only 24 years of age, national champion. Sure, she has she'd be able to achieve some podium finishes there throughout her career. Definitely an athlete that deserves as much support as the rest of her compatriots. National championship crown over the 200 meters, clocking a time of 22.66. That's for Ashanti Moore. All right, so I'm hoping that they'll speed this one up. We're almost underway. Currently going through again the stadium announcement there, guys. The naming of the athletes until the athletes get into their block. So Shanti Moore is in lane 3. Not sure if you guys can see that on your screen, but she's in lane 3. So yeah, Antonio, do let me know if that one works for you. I do hope that it does. If it doesn't, then my apologies. Maybe that's something I could potentially look into for you guys. I don't know. Maybe I could look into it to see how best to help you to watch the World Athletics Championship. All right, guys, the athletes are about to position themselves into their blocks. Exactly. Commentator said, "What are the athletes? What slow to get into her position? Nerves, probably." And we're off. Needing to come through around this bend. Come on, Ashanti. Come on, Ashanti. Come on, Ashanti. Come on. She's looking across. Just run. Yeah. So she's qualified for the semis there. I'm not sure why she was looking around, but she's long takes it. The American long takes the finished first in 22.51. Shanti Moore there 22.57. And it looks as if Junk there finished with 22.81. So she's sailed on through to the semi-finals. Not sure what the really makes me a little bit nervous there when the athletes start looking around. I don't know why they do it, but some athletes just I don't know if they just kind of feel like it's job done when they get to a certain point and they start looking around. Again, don't ask me why they do it, but they do. I don't know why, but they do tend to look around for whatever the reason is. So we got a couple more heats to go for the women's 200 meters. I'm hoping that the World Athletics site don't crash. Saw something strange pop up on my screen just then, but I hope that it doesn't crash. And then before I leave you guys, I might look to see who else is doing the streaming so that I can put you guys in the right direction for when I close off. I won't be able to give you guys the subsequent live streams to come for the rest of the events because I do have a few things that I need to take care of. So after I close off later on, you can look out for the women's 400 meters hurdles and the men's 400 meters hurdles, the semifinals And if you fancy a final for the men's 1500, that's also coming up. So I'm gonna check to see who is live, either live now or will be live later on for you guys to show some support. Okay, so let me go back over and look at the women's 200 meters. What is this? This is the men's. Okay, let's look at the women's. So heat 3. I'm keeping my eyes on Daryl Nita. Sorry, for heat 4. My apologies. Heat 4 got Daryl Nita from Great Britain's Daryl Nita in heat 4. She's in lane 5. And that one should be underway in maybe a minute or so. We're looking at the javelin. The javelin's also taking place. So the men's javelin throw, the qualification round that is currently taking place. Not sure how you guys are doing it there in Jamaica, because it is a very early week for you guys. I'm not sure how you're doing it, but fair play to you guys are supporting your compatriots. So a bit of a slow build up with this one here, guys. I'm still looking at the javelin throw. So can't currently see the athletes there in heat 4 for the women's 200 meters. Just still maybe watching the final throw for now until the camera goes back over to the women's 200 meters heats for heat 4. The athletes, actually, I just saw a couple glimpses of the athletes, and they are on the track, so they're definitely out on the track. I guess we'll probably get over to the athletes for the stadium introduction, and then they'll get into their blocks and get things underway. All right, so back over to the oh yuck, she just spat, disgusting. So back over to heat 4 of 6. So after this one, 2 more heats to go before we close off with the heats of the women's 200 meters. So again, we got the first 3 going through, guys. First 3 of the heats there sail on through to the semifinals, and they'll be joined by the 6 fastest. Diamond League winner Whitney Brown. All right, let's see who's gonna sail on through to the semis this heat. And then we also, again, just to keep you guys in the loop, just so you guys are aware, we obviously have Shericka Jackson to come. I think she might be in the next heat. I think Shericka might be in the next heat. So potentially heat 5. I think she's in heat 5. And we're off. That kind of clean start there from Daryl Nita. Looks like she's out in front, so she's currently leading the charge. She's being hunted down though, holding her own. think Dara looks like, come on, pick it up. Okay, so she's through. Looks like she finished third there. Brown from the United States finished in first place. Yeah, Daryl Nita is through in third place. I think it's Antonique of Bahamas there with 22.57 finishing in second place. Daranita looks like she clocked a time of 22.59 with Brown clocking a time of 22.50. And then, as I said, in Heat 5, which is to come, you've got defending champion there, Shericka Jackson. She'll be competing in Heat 5. Don't think she needs any introduction, does she? Already an Olympic champion, world champion, Olympic silver medalist, Diamond League winner, and definitely going to be the athlete there that her competitors will want to hunt down for obvious reason. When you're at the top, everyone's going to want to take your crown. Sailed the 200 meters title in Budapest. Also sealed the title in 2022. So 2022 and 2023 for the World Athletics Championship. In 2022, she sailed a 200 meters title in a time of 21.45, and in 2023 in Budapest, did the same sailing the gold in a time of 21.41. And again, we're back over to a separate event. We're back looking at the pole vault events, and that is the final of the pole vault. So we're currently looking at the final of the pole vault events with the athletes there for Heat 5 of the women's 200 meters heats. I'm assuming they'll be on the track soon. Can't see them at the moment, but I should think that they'll be positioning themselves into their respective lane in a short while. Let me go back over to YouTube. I want to get something ready for you guys to see where you guys can go after this one comes to an end. That's not good. I think this is an athlete that was potentially competing in the triple jump. Apparently, he's been eliminated from the event due to injury. So it looks like he's had to pull out due to an injury. Shame they didn't say who the athlete is. I'm not sure which country he's from. I just saw him pop up on the screen. Looks like he's just making his way back to the athletes camp. That's a shame, isn't it? That's something that we looked at on yesterday's stream, that there's really and truly never ever an appropriate time for you to pick up an injury, and that's gonna be heart shattering. And it looks as if he might have been competing in his event. I'm assuming because they're looking at the triple jump and they're speaking about the triple jump that he might be a triple jump athlete, but don't quote me on that. I'm just saying that because that's clearly what I can see on my screen, but that doesn't mean that he's a triple jump athletes. Again, it would help if they mentioned his name, but unfortunately they didn't. Amy Hunt as well. Big hitter Amy Hunt. Great Britain's Amy Hunt. She's in Heat 5. Let's go back over to Heat 5. Hopefully you guys can see this one on your screen. Amy Hunt here with a personal best of 22.14. Shericka there in lane 9. She has a personal best there of 21.41. Come on, Jacko. She got her game face on. She got that game face on. Very serious. Not like that when she's in the mix zone, though. Can definitely tell you that from experience. So business face when she's on the track, but quite a friendly person to speak to in the mix zone, based on my experience. So world champion, as I said there for Jacko, that's Shericka Jackson, Budapest and also Oregon as well, 2022 and 2023. Stadium announcer going through the naming and introduction there of the athletes. I see you guys are still not giving me your predictions. I'm not sure. Maybe that's a little bit of nerves, but again, I think it's probably because it's an early one for you guys, so you're probably not in the mood to give me your predictions. So this is heat 5 of heat 6, guys. So after this we got one more heat for the women's, and then we will segue into the men's 200 meters heats, which is coming up in about 17 minutes time. So we got the defending champion Shericka Jackson going into her blocks, rest with alongside the rest of her competitors. And we're off. Come on, Jacko. Sitting in line. She's on the outside lane here, guys. Come on, Jacko. Easy, easy. Looks like Jacko out in front there, guys, with a time of 22.33. Amy Hunt there with second in 22.57. And I do need to look at the third athlete. I can't see her name on screen, but it does look like she clocked a time of 22.74. Let's see if I can see her name here. Vervaet, I believe her name is pronounced, from Belgium. So she secured the third spot there. Top 3 going through to the semi-finals, plus 6 fastest times. They all qualify for the semi-final. That's job done. Easy, light work there for Jacko. Yeah, very calmly done. Calmly done by the defending champion. It didn't break a sweat. Didn't need to. Very serious. Very she's through to the semis as expected. Don't think there was going to be any scares there. So we've got one more semifinals to come. It's bang on 12 p.m. for myself. I think that means that's at 6 a.m. for you guys there in Jamaica, and potentially across the pond between 6 and 7 for those of you guys there across the pond. So good morning to those of you who are tuning in. So we got heat 6 to come. So let's go ahead and look at heat 6. Got heat 6 there to come until we close things off. And again, Team GB's Darren Nita in heat 6, the final heat, and she's in lane 7. Hopefully she'll be joining her compatriots Darren Nita and Amy Hunt. They're both through to the semi-finals. Currently watching the replay of that race, and BBC doing what they do best, which is to just focus on their compatriots. To be expected. I think that's what most television broadcasters do, don't they? They tend to focus on their home athletes, which is completely understandable. All right, guys. One more heat to come for the women's. One more heat to come for the women's. It's all shaping up. See if I can look at the list in full once it's all completed, but it's definitely all shaping up at the moment. It says battle so far of the USA with the fastest time. She's got time. She clocked a time as a season best there of 22 point. Tiboga is still dancing. He is so chilled. He is so chilled. He's just having a little dance. So as I said, battle there. She with a producer season best there in her heat. With a time of 22.07. Jefferson Wooden produced a time of 22.24. Jacko with a time of 22.33. Tolo Smith with a time of 22.39. Brown with a time of 22.50. Coming it back on the track there for the final of the women's 200 meters heats. Shanti Morshi clocked a time of 22.57. So again, if you guys fancy letting me know who you think's going to win the finals without the semifinals being run, maybe you want to be bold and make a prediction, then feel free to go ahead and do so. Yeah, Australia's finding these teenage sensations, isn't it? Both Lewis there and as I like to call him, Goat. So he's going to be racing in one of the heats there for the men's 200 meters. Again, that one gets underway. Let me just double check my timing for you guys. That men's 200 meters is kicking off in about 10 minutes time. So sooner than I expected. And then shortly after that, I'm going to have to close off on my live stream. I'm not sure if I'll be back in time for the women's 400 meters. So as I said before I close off, I'll see who is live and then I can maybe point you guys in their direction. Athletes in their blocks. See if Dina can join the rest of her compatriots. Nice. Should actually got a quick start there, Dina Asher Smith outside out the blocks. She's charging down. Charging down that straight there, Dina Asher Smith. She's gonna win this. I think she's closely followed by the Australian Lewis. So easily done by Dina Asher Smith. Control that one from start to finish. She's through with a time of 22.40. Looks like the Australian Lewis produced a personal best of 22.56. And it might have the Spanish athlete there. Jill, I believe her name is pronounced. She produced a time of 22.74. So that is the top three there through to the semifinals. Then we're going to segue and go into the men's 200 meters, the equivalence of the women's 200 meters. Bit of a shame there that we didn't have the involvement of Juju Alfred. Obviously, we spoke about Juju Alfred and the fact that she unfortunately had to pull out of the rest of the competition, the rest of the championship, obviously because she picked up an injury which we've already discussed some days ago on my previous live stream. So speedy recovery there to Jojo Alfred. Very unfortunate there. We already know that she produced a world lead and also a personal best. I think it might have been back in July at the London Diamond League meets. Personal best there from 21.71 seconds for the St. Lucian Jojo Alfred. So very unfortunate. Again, untimely injuries, unfortunately, is the reason why she isn't able to compete. So if I check my time, I've got about 12 minutes to go until we look towards the men's 200 meters. So more big names to come. Good defending champion Noah Lyles. Did catch a little glimpse of him inside his tent. I think it might have been outside the tent. My apologies. It was Lexi Chabogo inside the tent. I think Noah might have been outside, but again looking calm, composed. Adrian Clark. Adrian Kerr. I'm not sure where I got Adrian Clark from. The young Adrian Kerr, 21 years of age. He's penciled into one of the heats. Also Christopher Taylor, as I said, back. And he is also going to be positioned in one of the heats as well. Andre DeGrasse, another athlete there to look forward to. The one that seems to get a lot of attention, a lot of talking points, Noah Lyles, whether you like him or hate him, definitely is heavily talked about. Zarnell Hughes, Mr. Leveler himself caught a glimpse of Brian inside the tent, looking quite relaxed. Good. He's going to be competing as well. I think Brian and the Australian are in the same heat. I think when I looked at it earlier on, just before I came on, my started the live stream. I think the Australian and Brian are positioned in the same heat, which should be an interesting showing, shouldn't it? Because the both of them, they're heavily talked about, heavily dubbed, and rightly so, as the two sprinting standouts there, because of what they've managed to produce, particularly this season. To remind ourselves there as it relates to Brian, the 21-year-old there, he made headlines, and rightfully, back in last month. I think it might be just be over a month ago at the Goulet Memorial in Budapest. He clocked the third fastest time in the 200 meters in his nation's history. Only one that's puts him behind the greatest of them all, Usain Bolt, and also Johan Blake. So he's heavily talked about, and there's some comparisons there. They're always going to compare him to the greatest. There's certain athletes there that it's just inevitable that they will compare similarities to the likes of Usain Bolt as well. Similar to the Australian sensation, he's also been compared to Usain. Really sorry, guys. I've got a call coming through. I just want to see if it's an emergency. One moment. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? Yeah, I thought you were supposed to come last week. I didn't think you was interested anymore. Oh, Okay, because we managed to book someone else to do the job. Are you outside? Okay. When are you able to stop by? Okay, I should be back at home by then, but just call me before you come because I'm going to be heading out soon, but I should be back at home by then, okay? Who am I speaking to? James? Okay, nice speaking to you, James. Just please remember to call me because I don't want you to show up and I'm not at home, okay? Okay, James, and speedy recovery to Jay as well. Okay, thank you, James. I'll speak to you in a bit. All right, bye-bye. I thought they weren't interested in the job. Sorry about that, guys. I thought that might have been a bit of emergency. Thankfully it's not. So I had to pick up the phone. I do apologize about that. Yeah, where are we? I lost train of thoughts. I have no idea what I was saying. In about 7 minutes or so. Think I might have been speaking about the Australian, right? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I think I might have been speaking about the Australian. I think that's what I was doing anyways. But yeah, there is some similarities there for the man himself. I'm hoping that's where I left off. As I said, if I got that one wrong, then do let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Because I can't quite remember where I left off. But yeah, he's another athlete there. Only 17 years old, and definitely safe to say that he's got the world at his feet. Definite athlete there that's drawing some comparisons to the greatest to ever do it. And when they're drawing some comparisons as such, it's inevitable that you're going to have a lot of pressure on your little shoulders or on his little shoulders. One of the men's 200 meters is about to get underway here, guys. The boys are lining up. The boys are lining up for heat one. This one's pumped up. Look at him. And we've got the Japanese man himself. He's gonna get the biggest roar of them all, isn't he? You got the legend, Wade Van Niekerk. He's in heat one. That man needs no introduction, does he? For note for the 400 meters. He's a legend, though, Wade Van Niekerk. Definite legend. I enjoyed watching him compete on the big stage over the years. I'm pretty sure you guys are quite similar to myself. You got the big man there, the legend himself, Wade Van Niekerk. He's in lane 3. So heat one of the men's 200 meters. This one's about to get underway, guys. And the athletes are in their blocks, and we are off. Looks like Wade Van Niekerk had a good start there out the blocks here, guys. He's leading. Just about. Okay, he eased up. Good run. I like that. I like that. Trying to see who finished. I think it's Alexander Ogando finished in first place here, guys, with the Dominican that is with a time of 20.10, and Wade Van Niekerk clocked a time of 20.19. Someone's looking a little bit pissed. I can't tell who the athlete is. They've got their back turned, but they're definitely not a happy bunny. And in third place, I'm trying to see who that's I think it's Timothy in third place with a time of 20.39. And Gregory there, the American, he finished fifth with a time of 20.43. Yeah, the World Athletics website is having a little bit of a nightmare at the moment. I do apologize if something just clicked off on my screen. Definitely outside of my control. What happened there? Looks like we had a photo finish here, guys. Maybe for third. I think we had a photo finish there for third. Would run there from Ogando. All right, so we're that's heat one out the way. We've got heat two to come. Go down and hate the fact that my screen keeps automatically changing itself. Let's go over to heat two. Adrian Kerr here in heat two. Let's see what the young man has in store for us. Another young athlete there in contention for his events. Only 21 years of age. In terms of the World Athletics Championship at the youth level, the U20s, that is, it's already tasted some young success, securing the silver medal. So it's a silver medalist with where the U20 of this version of the championship is concerned. And in terms of the NACAC U23 championship, he's also tasted the crowning of being the champion. So he's going to be competing in heat two. Let's see what he can produce. Going to be up against Courtney Lidsney of the United States. There is a heat here that I looked at earlier on, and I was thinking this is going to, I think the favorite, the one heat that I'm definitely there's a few heats, a matter of fact. Heat four. Let me just go ahead and give you a little glimpse for heat four. Heat four. Oh, Jordan Scott, he's qualified. Yes, he qualified. What was that? He got a jump of 17.9 meters. Sorry, guys, that's the triple jump there, the qualification for the triple jump. Well done to Jordan Scott. So I might look back at that before we close off on the show. So heat three is to come. So heat four, my apologies. Take a little glimpse at heat four for the men's 200 meters heats. Chris Taylor, we got the grass, we got Noah Lyles, we got Zarnell Hughes. Whoever put that one together, you definitely enjoyed yourself with that one, didn't you? And then we got the Australian prodigy in heat five alongside the Jamaican prodigy also in heat five. So the two youngsters there going locking horns in heat five. I'm going to be looking forward to heat four and heat five. Some potential fireworks there in the heat. So before we get to that, we have to deal with heat two. So looking at heat two of six, remember the first three go through to the semifinals, plus the fastest six. Come on, Adrian. Bless him. All right, guys, we're going through the introduction there of the of the athletes, stadium introduction of the athletes. And after this one concludes, I'm going to have to love you and leave you like literally immediately. I'm on a quest and I need to be at my next destination in less than 30 minutes. Hopefully I won't be running late. So I'm going to have to close off literally immediately after the closing of the men's 200 meters heats. Hopefully it'll be done within the next 20 minutes to avoid me being late. But athletes are in their blocks. Come on, Kerr. And they're off. I'm glad so far no disqualifications, guys. Hopefully it stays that way. Gone around the bend, down the stretch. Kerr's got some work to do. I'm hoping that he can come through. Come on, come on, come on. Nice. Looks like he finished third there, guys. So yeah, third, Kerr with a third place finish. The young 21-year-old with a third place finish there, 20.13. Lisney, the American there with a time of 19.95 to take second. And I think it was the Zimbabwean with a finishing first with a time of 19.91. I think it's pronounced, his name is pronounced. Let's have a little go at this. Makarawu. I reckon I butchered his name, the Zimbabwean, but if I did, I do apologize. I might have to practice that one in my quiet time. One of my pet peeves. I don't mind trying, but I also don't like butchering people's names. Definitely one of my pet peeves. If anyone wants to teach me how to pronounce that one, you're more than welcome to drop that in the comment section and help me to pronounce that one. I'm pretty confident that I butchered it, but definitely not on purpose. So that is that was the second heat out the way. We've got four more heats to come. It's brave of these athletes to, well, they know best, but it's brave of them to be glancing around. Please for and it's doing it again. Please for Kerr. Nice bit of showmanship there between the athletes. Couple of handshakes. So Adrian Kerr, job done, sailing on through to the semifinals. So I need to amend my screen because there's been an automatic refresh for some reasons. They do make me laugh. I mean, I understand that you want to interview your own athletes, but would it kill you to interview someone else's athlete as well? It's not to say they don't interview other countries' athletes. They do, but it's not as frequent as I would like it, if I'm being honest. All right, so heat 4. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. Heat 4 is going to be a real good one. I would love a surprise in Heat 4. I would love to see a surprise in Heat 4. But let's see how this one pans out. But I would absolutely love a surprise in Heat 4. Of course, we do have the champion, the reigning champion there, Noah Lyles in Heat 4. Still got the women's pole vault final taking place. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. So I think the athletes here, from what I can see, trying to look behind the pole vault event. From what I can see, I think the athletes are making their way onto the track. So we should be getting some commentary on the introduction of the athletes from Heat 4 before things get underway. Do you know what I think they should do? I think they should do like multi-screen. I'm surprised they haven't tested that one out yet. I reckon they should why not just do multi-screen where you can just focus on whichever event you choose to tune into, rather than these constant switching between events. I think they should just do multi-screen. Some media companies do that with like events like football, for example. If like you've got a string of football, what do you want to call it, matches kicking off at the same time, then they give you the option to do a multi-screen. So I think they should do the same for athletics. So we are over in, what is this? This is my apologies, guys. I'm jumping the gun. This is Heat 3. I told you it was Heat 4. I'm so sorry. I confused you guys. That was this is Heat 3. I think it's because I'm excited for Heat 4. Kenny Benerick is in Heat 4 there, guys. For you guys to keep your eyes on. Also got another Japanese athlete there, Soshi, in he's in lane 9 for Heat 3. So let's see. Completely forgot about Kenny. Not on purpose, but didn't spot his name in the heats when I was going through the checklist. Looks like I've got a spam in the comment section, guys. I think I've got a spam. I don't know who this person is. I don't even know if they're real, but looks like someone spamming the comment section. Please don't do that. No problem if you drop in a comment, but don't spam my comment section, please. So athletes are going through their introductions there. So we got three more heats to get through. So after this one, 2 more heats. Let me go ahead and deal with this comment section here, guys. I don't know who this person is, but think this one is gonna be let me just remove them. Yeah. Sorry about that. All right, guys, the athletes are in their block. Oh, might have jinxed it. I might have jinxed it. I hope it's not a disqualification. Oh no, they're going to the monitor. I did say up until this point, I'm glad that there's no false start. Looks like it might be the South African. Oh. Oh man. I'm not sure what the issue is because I'm not seeing a replay, but let's see. They're checking the monitor here, guys. I think there's a focus on the Dambile, I think his name is pronounced. They're taking a little bit of a while to discuss this, so clearly it might not be clear and obvious. I still don't know what the issue is because I've not seen a subsequent replay from my end. Definitely some discussions going on here. I have no idea what happened there. So one of the officials there's listening into her earpiece. This guy's getting ready to show his card. he's eager, isn't he? Oh, please don't be a disqualification. She's gonna announce something. So she just announced something, but I could not hear it. She said something to the stadium. Oh, so she's giving him a green, so just a warning. Thank God. I mean, I wouldn't want to see no athlete get disqualified, especially when you've worked so hard to get to this moment. You're in the heats. Might have jinxed it there, but let me not mention no more potential false starts or DQs. So athletes back into their blocks for heat 3 of the men's 200 meters. Guns about to go off. And we're off cleanly. So athletes going around the bend. Ooh. Kenny bursting away from the rest of the field here, guys. Yes, he does. And funny enough, I believe the South African there that looked like he was gonna get a DQ. He finishes in second, finishes now in third. So the Nigerian has leapfrogged him. Looks like it's a photo finish. Look like we had a photo finish there between second and third, both clocking a time of 20.27. Kenny finishing in first with a time of 19.98. It's a little bit of a photo finish there, guys, for heat 3 of the men's 200 meters. Before I forget my manners, thank you so much for rocking with me for how long have we been doing this now? For over 1 hour. God bless you all. Thank you so much for blessing me with a moment of your time. It's an early start for you guys there in across the Caribbean, not just Jamaica, across the Caribbean and also across the pond. Do hope that you guys have a lovely day. Hopefully, from what you guys can hear and see, if you're watching the coverage elsewhere and tuning into myself, hopefully these athletes have managed to set the tone for a calm and peaceful Wednesday midweek, almost through the week. As I said, after the closing of the men's heats, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. I do have some matters that I need to tend to, and if I'm able to get through everything in a at good time, within a good time, that is, I might need to give you guys another live stream before the day comes to an end. If not, it might be a case of loving you and leaving you until tomorrow, where I'm able to catch my breath and give you guys some more live streams. All right, so if in case you're wondering if I'm going to be sticking around, at least now you know. Zono Hughes, one of the first athletes there I can see on my screen, got his game face on, making his way onto the track. So we got heat 4. This should be a tasty one. Looking forward to this one. Big names in this one here, guys. Zonell Hughes, Noah Lyles, DeGrasse, Christopher Taylor. Big hitters in this one. See what the boys can produce. Again, there's segue into the women's pole vault. I understand it's the final, but it's so irritating. Really need these broadcasters to just catch up to speed. Like, give us the option of multi-screen. Maybe the option is there and I'm a little bit slow and I don't know. And if that's the case, then I do apologize, because clearly I'm complaining because maybe I don't realize that I have that option. But if the option isn't there, then give us the option. Give us the option of doing a multi-screen. All right, so here we go. Heat 4. Good lineup here, guys. Technically, we count Zonel as one of our own, right? DeGrasse as well. We count in DeGrasse as one of our own. Most certainly for Chris Taylor. They got the big man. We got the big man on the screen, the greatest to ever do it, Mr. Usain Bolt. He's inside the stadium catching some athletics. All right, let's see how this one athletes here have tasted success of their own across various names here, guys, from Zarnell, Noah, Andre, Christopher Taylor. So it's a stack field there in terms of individual success, be it at the Olympics or at the World Championship, respectively. So the athletes are in their blocks. Come on, Chris. So Christopher Taylor is in lane 3. DeGrasse is in 4. Noah in 5. Zarnell in 7. Come on, Chris. And they're off. Going round the bend, they're going down the stretch. It's a bit of a close one. Noah leading. Oh! I think Taylor just managed to get it there for third there, guys, ahead of DeGrasse. So it's Zarnell out in front, 19.99. Hughes finished in second, 20.07. And we have Chris Taylor with a personal best of 20 points. Looks like it's 2.6 there on my screen. Ahead of DeGrasse, who finished in 4th with a time of 20.30. So again, to reiterate, the top 3 go through to the semifinals, and they'll be joined by the 6 fastest. That little bit of a DQ there, I think, has set us back just a little bit here, guys. Gearing up for Heat 5, and after Heat 5, we also have Heat 6 before we conclude for the men's 200 meters. Again, for the rest of the day, you could keep your eyes on the men's javelin throw for the qualification round, men's long jump final. And to come after we close off on today's heats for the men's and women's 200 meters respectively, you also have the women's and men's 400 meters semifinals to come. And like I said, if you fancy a final or two, you've got the women's 3,000 meters steeplechase, as well as the men's 1,500 meters event to fix your eyes on. Zarnell's just not in no long talking. I don't blame him. Zarnell is not in no long talking. He just wants to get on with it. That was a very quick post-race interview there with Zarnell Hughes. So we've got Heat 5 to come. We've got Heat 5 next stop. Again, looking at the pole vault final there for the women's. I understand the reason for it because it's obviously a final. Please give me the option to do multi-screen. And if anyone knows the option of selecting a multi-screen, that's unfortunate. She didn't manage to go over the bar on that occasion. If there is a way for me to do a multi-screen, then do let me know. I can't see the athletes on the track just yet, but I should think that they're gearing up to do so. That's the men's 200 meters athletes with that I'm referring to for Heat 5. Is this person back in the comment section? I thought I put them in timeout. Let's double check that. It's popping up on my screen again. think they might have chosen a different. Yeah, they're okay. Let's mute them as well. Not really sure why, but we've got a couple of butts in the comment section for some reason. So let me just go ahead and put them in timeout. All right, so we are gearing up for the Heat 5. Storytellers for this heat is unbelievable. Look at Gout, bless him. Little 17-year-old. He's dubbed the new Usain, guys. Also, he's quite close to Mr. Lebler himself. So Lebler and Gout, their Lebler is in lane 7, and Gout is in lane 8. Side by side. Has to be, isn't it? See what our boys got for us. Let's see what Mr. Lebler's got for us. Such an exciting talent to watch. So we got 2 more heats to go, guys. For the men's heats. 2 more heats to go for the men's 200 meters. My apologies. I think we've got maybe 2 teenagers here. I think the South African is also a teenager. So two teenagers here, guys. All close by to each other. All right, come on, Brian. They're in their blocks here, guys. And we're off cleanly. Brian looked like he had a bursting start outside that block. He's leading around the bend. Good one round the bend, going down the stretch. Guys, he's leaving them in the dust. He's leaving them in the shadows. Don't lean up. Don't ease up. Nice, nice. That was calm. That was calm. Mr. Leblo up. That is 19.84. That's a lovely bend. Goat there. He has 20.23. So the Australian young goat there, he's got 20.23. I think it's the Zimbabwean here, finishing it in second with 20.06. I think his name is pronounced Charamba from Zimbabwe. Apologies if I butchered your name. Oh, that was lovely by Brian Lavelle. Brian Lavelle is just calm. Easily done, guys. I'm really gonna enjoy watching Brian throughout his career. Definitely going to enjoy watching what he's able to achieve. I'm hoping and praying that he does get a podium finish. Same goes for any of our athletes. Only 21. Only 21. And in terms of success, similar to other compatriots in their respective events, World Athletics relay silver medal around his neck. In terms of the youth version of said competition, where the World Championship is concerned, U20, he's tasted silver medal. Tasted silver medal on 2 occasions. Also found himself in the top 8 at the U20s World Championship. And of course, we know about him being national champion. We're looking at Usain Bolt and Sebastian Coe. It looks like Ricky. I think Ricky's up there in the stands in the box with Usain. All right, guys. So we oh wow. Wish I could hear what they're talking about, commentator. That's exactly what I'm wondering. So that's Usain, Ricky, and Sebastian. They're having a giggle. No idea what the hell they're talking about, but they're having a little giggle between themselves. Maybe they're talking about Mr. Leveler himself and the young little prodigy there, Mr. Goot, little goat himself. I don't know. I have no idea what they're talking about, but they're definitely having a little conversation. I don't know, maybe you're saying these are the guys that's classed as the next. Are you saying? I don't think you're ever going to get the next. You saying they can do comparisons all day long. I don't think you're ever going to be the next. We're not gonna live to see a next Usain Bolt. That man is just different gravy. A pimp named Slipback. Big up yourself. Good morning to yourself. I hope you're in good health. All right, guys. I'm gonna have to love you and leave you in a few. In a few, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. Leslie Tobogo. So Leslie Tobogo, he's coming out for his heat. Yeah, let's see what he's going to come up with. Got a DQ in the 100 meters there, Mr. Leslie Tobogo. Should think he's in good mood. We saw him dancing there in the camp as we as he waited for the heats to get underway for the men's 200 meters. Sure you guys have seen that the Bank of Botswana a couple days ago issued a banknote featuring their first Olympic gold medalist, that is Leslie Tibogo, and it's a good look. It's a real good look there for Tibogo. So there's any doubt in whether his country appreciates him or not. I don't think that there is. We saw his arrival, didn't we, when he went back after the Olympics. We saw how they gave him a hero's welcome, deservedly so. So let's see what these guys have in store for us. We've got the Olympic champion here, Leslie Tibogo. He's also an Olympic silver medalist, also a world championship silver medalist, and a world championship bronze medalist. So basically, he's a proven winner. Let's see how this one hands out. Good afternoon to yourself. How are you? Looking at the long jump, Tajay Gale's currently on my screen. There's no way he's 29 already. It feels like there's no way he's 29 already. How did he get to 29? Like, since when? I just still think of him as being so young. Not that 29 is young, is old. Can't believe that. Wow. Time really does fly. He's going for a jump here, Tajay Gale. It's a massive jump. It's a massive jump. So good jump there from Tajay Gale. Is 8.33. That's 8:33 here for Tajay Gale, guys. Good jump. We say we're leveling up for gold. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I do not mind that at all. I'm gonna have to love you and leave you in less than 10 minutes here, guys. In less than 10 minutes, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. Come on, hurry up with the heats. I don't have all day. Hurry up. What heat is this, guys? Is this heat 6 that we're looking at? I think this is the final heats, right? Yeah, this is the final heat. So final heats, and as soon as we're done with this one, I'm gonna dash. I'm almost running late. I'm hoping I'll arrive at my destination in the nick of time. I'm basically gonna have to sprint, and I've got 2 left foot, so I don't you know how that one works out, but I'm gonna try the very least. So got heat 6 coming up, and if I'm gonna see, let's see. So all right, so for the 400 meters semifinals, halftime TV, he's gonna be doing a live for that, so you guys can tune into him. He's going to be going live. Let's see if anyone else is going live for the for the for the pending events. And I think I think Cranky might be going live for that as well. So those are the 2 gents there that you can keep an eye on. Because I'm gonna have to love you and leave you in a few. And it also Jordan Hyman. So you've got three lads that should be doing the subsequent events to come. The guys are out on the track. You've got Halftime TV, Cranky Live, and also Jordan Hyman. All right. So those are the guys that you can tune into for the rest of the day's events. All right, let's see what Lexley Tibogo has in store for us, guys, and that will conclude the men's heats. And just because I'm running late, I will have to close off. If I'm able to get through everything that needs to be done in a good nick of time, then I think I might come back and do a little recap with you guys. All right, I'm gonna see if I can do that, because I don't like leaving my streams in a rush. Don't do it very often. I think this is one of the very few, if not the first time I've had to do this, but it is what it is. I can only apologize. All right, gold 200 men and gold bronze long jump. All right, I hear you. Tell 12 tribes of Israel. I hope you guys have hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, what are you waiting on? It doesn't cost you a penny. Please do go ahead and hit the like button. If you can get this one to 50 likes, I'll be very, very appreciative. The lads are in their blocks and they're about to get on their way. Guns off. Going around the bend. Jeez, whoo! This is a fast one. Come on, Lexley. Is he all right? Tobago safely through. He's gone. So Lexley Tobago gone through to the semifinals there. He finishes in first. He clocked a time of 20.18. And Mo, I think that's Mo, probably from Egypt. I can't see the country's flag. I'm gonna double check that. He clocked a time of 20.35. And Uzawa, I believe his name is pronounced, Japanese athlete, clocked a time of 20.39. Let's just see who is in it's I think it might be Javi Mo. So it looks like it's Netherlands. From a distance it looked like the Egyptian flag. So it's Netherlands there. Javi Mo in safely through to the semifinals. Well, he produced the acceleration there, that's Leslie Tobogo when he needed to. Level looking golden. Yeah, I think that's my favorite. I think of all the heats, Mr. Leveling Up himself, that was my favorite. I don't know which heats suit your appetite, but that one there was my favorite. And guys, I might have to love you and leave you. It's not something that I want to do, but it's something that I have to do. I have to close off on my live stream because I do have some other things that I need to get through for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna have to unfortunately love you and leave. I've already told you about the guys that's live in the space, and I do trust that they'll be live for the subsequent events to come. Just trying to see if I can check something out here for you guys. So for the semi-finals, I can see you guys in the comments section. So let's give you a couple names there through to the semi-finals for the women's. We got defending champion there, Jacko. She sailed on forever, clocking a time of 22.33. Tolu Smith, she's also through. She registered a time of 22.39. Great Britain's Dina Asha Smith also through with a time of 22.40. Ashanti Moore also through with a time of 22.57. Amy Hunt and Daryl Nita, they are also through. Amy with a time of 22.57, Daryl with a time of 22.59. Battle the American and also Jefferson Wooden, they're also through a time of 22.24 for Jefferson Wooden, and for Battle 22.07. And that is obviously just a few of the women's athlete through to the semi-finals. I can't name everyone just because I am pressed for time and I'm about to close off in a short while. Mr. Level himself, my favorite race so far, favorite heat so far. He clocked a time of 19.84. That is a time of 19.84. So he's through, as is the likes of Kenny Banerick, Noah Lyles, Zarnell Hughes, Adrian Kerr, the young Adrian Kerr of Jamaica, and obviously we just caught Leslie Tobogo and also Christopher Taylor. But yeah, my favorite one there from the heats for the men's, that is definitely for Mr. Leveling Up himself. I think he produced the best heats so far. Be interesting to know what your favorite heat was for the men's and the women's 200 meters heat. So I'm gonna love you and leave you guys. So I'm already late. I just decided to just accept the fact that I'm late on this today's occasion. So I'm gonna love you and leave you. If you're making your way into work, I do hope that you make it there safe and unharmed. If you're making your way back home from the graveyard shift, last night's graveyard shift, that is, I do hope that you make it home safe and unharmed. Safe and unharmed. And it's the midweek. I don't know, maybe you fancy shaking a leg. If you fancy doing that, then enjoy that for both of us. And thank you so much for rocking with me for almost 2 hours. I'm gonna have to love you and leave you. I do hope to do a stream later on, perhaps a recap of the day's event. If not, then I will see you all tomorrow where we can go again. But until next time, take care. We built this out of love, out of pride, shining a light from the island to the diaspora to the world. A golden beacon of sports, music, and everything in between. The very best of Jamaica. We little, but we Talawa.